Howdy everyone, I'm Toby, I'm Heather's husband. We haven't been around in a while because we've had a lot going on around the place, including kids being on school vacation for a little while. We had some pictures made. Just life has taken over over the last about 6 weeks or so. Also, Heather has been trying extremely hard to get her Scentsy business off the ground. I'm sure she'll explain that to you in a further video as far as how to get to her page and all that sort of thing. But that's taken up a lot of time. And we did something that we've been wanting to do for a while, and that was we adopted a cat. Her name is Lulu. We got her from the local animal shelter here, and we've had her about a week and a half. And she's adjusting very well to me and Heather, and of course the kids, I guess, would be the big adjustment for her. But we love her to pieces. She's a little fur ball, and if she wasn't hidden out sleeping right now, we'd definitely put her on camera. I'm sure we'll do that sometime in a future video. Anyway, a while back, I guess it's been a month or two, that Heather did a thing about 30 questions. It's something that was passed along from video blog to video blog to video blog. So we thought, since we haven't done a video in quite a while, maybe you'd be interested in what I have to say and how I answer these 30 questions. So let's hop to it. First of all, what's your favorite month and why, and when were you born? Well, I'm a September baby, so I got to stick with that as my favorite month, for not because I was born in September, because I grew up in Texas, and that's when the summer starts cooling off just a little bit and the fish start biting a lot better. Being a fisherman, that's very important to me. So from September going into October on into November even, some of the best fishing of the year down in Texas, so I'll stick with that as far as my favorite time of year. Favorite color? Blue. I don't know why, I just always liked it. Also burnt orange, because I am a University of Texas Longhorn fan, and their colors are burnt orange and white. Looking down the list, the third question is, what was your first YouTube video about? Well, I've only got one or two up, and mine was about a storm we had here about a year and a half ago. We could kind of see the tornadoes and stuff starting to form in the sky as it moved directly over our apartment. And as it turned out, a few miles southeast of us, that did turn into a tornado that actually touched the ground. So we were pretty lucky there, but it was kind of an exciting time to do some videoing. My next question would be, what is my favorite device? Well, other than my fishing pole, I'm going to have to go with the computer, because I like to do a lot of things with that. Trying to learn how to do some stuff that I haven't been up to snuff on here lately. What camera do I use? Right now we're using Heather's Nikon. It's a 3D kind of job. My camera is an old Canon, which we used to shoot the videos with for quite some time before we got Heather this one. I think Santa Claus bought her this one. Early bird or night owl? I'm an early bird. Always been that way, because I was in the radio business for a number of years. And for a lot of those years, I was doing the morning show, which involved being on the air anywhere between 5 a.m. and 6 a.m., depending on the station I worked at. So I was up sometimes at 3:30 in the morning getting ready for work, other times at 4:30. And on top of that, I like to fish, as I mentioned. So getting up early and being on the lake about sunrise is very important as well. Let me see, what do we got next? I'm going to skip down to number 12, hobbies. Back to fishing. I love to fish. That's my main thing. Best day of fishing is just like going to church for me. Even a bad day of fishing beats the hell out of a best day at work. Gardening. I love to garden, and if you know, and if you've seen, if you've been watching Heather's channel for any length of time, that from time to time we will post a video on how my garden progresses every year. And as a matter of fact, I got some seeds in the mail right now from Seeds of Change out in New Mexico. I'll be getting them later this week. We're going to put them in some dirt, get them started, and then about Labor Day, Memorial Day, we'll be putting them in the ground right outside here, like we've done for the last, I don't know what, this will be our third summer here, I guess. All right, next question for me would be, what is your favorite fruit and your favorite food? I guess my favorite fruit would have to be either a strawberry or an orange. I like both of them equally. Favorite food? Mexican food, hands down. Growing up in Texas again, I was around that, been eating it all my life. I'm 56 years old now, and I don't plan on slowing down as the phone rings in the background. Probably a bunch of nonsense anyway. Okay, next question. Let's see. What is my favorite drink? Well, I drink a lot of coffee. I'm not really a I drink a lot of coffee, but I prefer maybe tea or orange juice I like a lot, and ginger ale, so we'll go with that. Ice cream or frozen yogurt? What is frozen yogurt? Ice cream all the way. My favorite flavor of ice cream would be chocolate. Worst food? The worst food I think I have ever tasted was back in the early 90s. I was over at my stepbrother's house. His wife was from Africa. She made oxtail soup. I highly recommend against oxtail soup.
What about menudo?
Menudo is a close second. I'm not much for cow guts either. Now, we're talking about the other parts of the cow. I'm all hip with it, but cow guts not particularly. Chitlins ain't so hot either. I'm not for any of that kind of stuff. Let me see. Brothers and sisters. Yes, I have 2 sisters that we share the same dad and the same mom. Then I have a brother and a sister. We share the same dad, but they have a different mother than I do. So, but they're still brother and sister to me. If there was one law you could change, what would it be? I don't know. I really thought that one over. I should have just scratched that one off the list. I'm a pretty conservative kind of guy, so the fewer laws, the better. We'll start with Obamacare. That could go by 10 minutes ago, and it wouldn't bother me, and it wouldn't hurt the country either. What device do I wish I had? I'd go with an iPhone, man. Those things, I've never had a smartphone, and the iPhone just seems like you could do a lot of cool things with it no matter where you are, so I'm all for that. Skipping down the list here, my favorite state. That's a no-brainer. Lone Star State. I'm a Texan baby. Got to go for it. The damnedest lady you ever seen, said John Wayne. I'll go with that. But I've traveled the country extensively. Beautiful parts of it. But other than Texas, I'll have to go with Colorado or Maine or Wisconsin. I love those places. Well, Arkansas is also a very beautiful state with lots of stuff for people like me to do, like fishing and hunting and what have you. Let me see here. What languages do I know? Well, of course, English. And I'm also pretty fluent in Spanish. Again, my Texas roots come into play. Grew up around a lot of Mexican folks and folks from Central America and stuff like that back home. So I learned the language as a child, then got a formal education of it in high school. And I've been speaking Spanish for over 40 years now, so I guess I got a pretty good grip on that. What is my occupation? Right now, I'm retired. I've got some physical problems that preclude me from holding down a regular job. But I do like to blog. I do have a blog, realdumbassnews.blogspot.com. Go see it. I will warn you ahead of time. It's rated maybe PG-13, sometimes rated R. Keep the kids away from it. Okay, last question here. Which do you prefer, earbuds or headphones? Well, I'm a headphones kind of guy, even though I do have some Bose earplugs. I got those. I won those in a contest, and anything Bose is outstanding. But I prefer headphones. Like I mentioned, I was a radio guy for a long time, so headphones just suit me, I guess, more out of habit than anything. So there you go. You found out a little bit about me, and if you'd like to let us know a little bit about you, put it up on your YouTube channel, or just leave us a comment down there someplace. I'm sure Heather will be glad to answer you back, and if a question is directed at me, I'll be happy to give you an answer too. So I guess until next time, it's been my pleasure. Heather will be back soon. I promise. We're going to do a recipe video here in a couple of days. So we look forward to that, and I missed the taste testing. Catch you next time, everybody. Take care. Adios.